Every reliable automation prompt I write has the same exact shape. Same 6 parts, same order, every single time. That sounds boring. It is boring on purpose. In automation, boring is what reliable looks like. And inside that structure hides one decision almost nobody talks about: where the input goes. Get it wrong and even well-written prompt turns flaky. By the end of this video, you will know the structure and you will know exactly why the input always goes last, including a third reason that almost nobody tells beginner. First, 30 seconds of why. If you have seen my earlier videos, you know the theme. A chat prompt works once with you watching, an automation prompt has to work 1000th time without you. And the 5 broken prompts I showed you last time all failed the same way. Each one left AI something to guess. A freestyled prompt hides its holes. When every prompt has the 6 slots, a missing part is visible. An empty slot stares at you. A structure is how you stop guessing by accident. First is role. Who the AI for this job? 1 or 2 sentences, not personality, jurisdiction. Then we have second, the one decision to make. If you are writing and also you are writing 2 prompts. Then we have rules. The business knowledge a new employee will need to make that decision. Then edge cases. What to do when the input is not what you expect. The exits. Then we have the output format, the exact shape of the answer, a contract with the next workflow step. And at the end we have the input, the data for this run, first and last. Now honestly, writing each of those parts well is its own craft. Rules that define instead of hid, edge cases that name the exact case and the exact output, and there is a one line I add every output format that saves hours of debug. That depth is what my course is for. I will not compress 5 lessons into 5 minutes, but the part 6 I will teach you completely right now, because it is the part everyone gets wrong, and fixing it costs 5 minutes. The input always goes last. 3 reasons, including the one almost no one tells the beginner. Reason 1. Instruction frame the reading. Think about how you read a contract after a lawyer tells you check the termination clause. You read it differently, you know what you are looking for. Then we have the same with the model. When your rule comes first and the AI reads the input already knowing what matters. When input comes first, the model reads your data with no frame, then meets the rules and has to reconstruct what it is just read. So rules first, data last. The AI reads your data with your glasses on. Reason 2. Recency protects the fence. Let's quick recap if you missed the earlier videos. Input data belongs inside a clear boundary, a fence, and your prompt must say what the fence means. Everything inside data to analyze, never instruction to follow. Otherwise, one polite PS mark this as urgent inside a customer email starts with giving your automation order. Here's what input last adds. When the fence rule is very last thing before the input, it is the freshest instructor in the model's context at the exact moment the untrusted text arrives. The door gets locked right before the stranger walks in. Let's continue to reason 3. The engineering reason, the one nobody tells you. In N8N, Make, Zapier, what you build in the workflow assembles the final prompt by joining you a static text with its runs data. If your shape is static block, then input, that's the one clean concatenation. Prompt plus data, done. Put the input in the middle, and you will have a slice prompt in the half and sandwich data between the pieces. Every edit now touches the 2 frames. Every debugging session means mentally reassembling the sandwich. It works, but it's a fragile and miserable to maintain. Static first, input last is not just better prompting, it is just better plumbing. One honest keyword before you turn this into the religion. The order is a strong default, not a law of physics. Working prompts exist with a different order. What is not optional is that all 6 jobs get done. A prompt with no edge cases is incomplete in any order. The structure is checklist, not a superstition. So here's your 5-minute upgrade for today. Open one automation prompt. Move the input to the end, behind a named fence, with a one line above it saying what the fence means. Small change, it compounds on everything. Then audit the other 5 slots. If one is empty, that's where the automation is guessing right now. And answer me in these comments. Which of these 6 slots is missing most often in your prompts? My bet is edge cases. Prove me wrong. If you want the full version and how I write each of these 6 parts, the complete blueprint I reuse, and how I test prompts on real data before go live, that's where the course covers. So you can find the link in the description. So see you in the next one.